Can you believe there was a time in my life when I hated my hair? This is what I want to talk about today. Welcome to a new episode. A gente usa esse podcast para você treinar o seu inglês, treinar o seu listening toda quarta-feira, tá? Com um bate-papo, com temas aleatórios. E no meio desse blá 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 todo, eu sempre ensino expressões legais e tento falar mais claramente também, para você poder treinar não só o seu listening, mas o seu inglês como um todo. O Wave Talks, ele é só um dos vários conteúdos gratuitos que a gente pode te oferecer. Mas, para você acompanhar tudo isso, realmente, você precisa acompanhar a gente no Instagram, @wavefluency. A gente tem podcast, tem newsletter, tem conteúdo no feed, tem nossas professoras, nossos alunos falando inglês lá. Então, é um mundinho Wave, assim, pra você entender tudo que a gente tem pra te oferecer, lá no Instagram é o melhor lugar. E é isso. Aqui a gente acredita que quando o inglês é leve e ele vira hobby, a fluência, ela acontece até sem você perceber. Então, é isso que eu quero trazer aqui. And today, I want to talk about a personal topic, okay? Because I love talking about personal topics. I have to admit that. And I want to talk about my hair. My hair looks actually good right now, but the past few weeks, I think ever since I came back from the beach, it has been terrible, so dry, so hard to deal with. So I was watching some hair videos and I remembered the time when I went through my hair transition. Because yes, I used to hate my hair when I was younger, and I used to wear it straight, not straight, because straight is cabelo liso. I used to wear my hair straightened, straightened. Alisado. There's a big difference there. So I used to wear my hair straightened for a long time. Actually, like the biggest part of my life, I probably had my hair straightened. And I want to tell you about how I came back to my original hair because it's a nice story. I love talking about this. Um, I grew up in the 2000s, right? And it was a time when we hated curly hair. Uh, we didn't have any good products. We didn't like volume. We didn't like frizz. So it was always considered something like messy and like it looked like you didn't take care of yourself if you had a curly, messy hair, right? And I was super young and people already commented about it because yeah, my hair is naturally so dry. So if I didn't have the proper products for it, it didn't look good. I agree, you know? But I was so young when someone mentioned the idea of straightening my hair. So it would be easier to take care of it, it would be um yeah, easier, more beautiful. But we all know that those straightening methods in the 2000s, 2010 maybe, they didn't make your hair look good, right? So I did it. I was so young, I had no idea of anything, and I had problems with my hair because I knew my hair was ugly, and I accepted and I never stopped. I spent years straightening my hair. It did not look better because I didn't treat it like I was supposed to. Like the straightening products weren't that good. So I grew up hating my hair. Like I used to say, I have a good self-esteem, So I used to say that the only thing I hated about my body was my hair, literally. Especially when I became a teenager, I had friends with such beautiful hair. And I always looked at mine and I was so disappointed and frustrated. I had a dream of having wavy hair, like straight like here in the roots, like the raiz, and wavy in the ends. That was my dream, but I know I could never reach this. I eventually reached it, okay, but let me tell you more about it. So, as I became a teenager, I started to get bothered by the fact that my hair didn't look good, right? You're a teenager, you care a lot about your appearance. So I started treating it and I really dedicated myself into it. And I swear, my hair looked so beautiful as I started growing up and during high school and after high school, actually. My hair got so beautiful. But at the same time, I started to grow up, right? And as you grow up, after your teenage years, you start developing your personality. And I became, I was starting to become my true self, you know. And I started figure out, it's like understand. I started to understand my taste, my style, the clothes I like to wear, the accessories, the like everything that I consumed, you know? And I always had this feeling of knowing exactly who I was. And as I grew up, I became more and more confident in my personality, you know? And I started getting a little more pretty because I wasn't pretty when I was a kid and when I was a teenager, a pre-teenager. And I started getting pretty. I started understanding my personality, you know? And my boyfriend used to say back then, he was my boyfriend. He used to say, like, Nicole, you are so confident in your personality, in everything you do. I don't understand why you don't wear your natural hair, you know? Oh, let me explain something. Sabe o verbo wear que a gente usa para roupa? I'm wearing a shirt. I'm wearing glasses, right? Esse wear, W-E-A-R, a gente também usa para cabelo, tá? Para falar do jeito que você usa o seu cabelo, você não usa use. Você usa o verbo wear, okay? So back then, I used to wear my hair straightened. And my boyfriend used to say he never understood why I loved my style and everything. And I still, I was still wearing my hair straightened, but I was so insecure about my natural hair because from my memory, like from what I remembered, my natural hair wasn't beautiful. So I was so afraid of getting back to my original hair and hating it and like having to admit that, yes, it does not look good. I don't like my hair. And realizing that I was gonna have to spend the rest of my life straightening it, you know? But and it's so funny because after high school, I started learning how to take care of my hair, and I swear, my hair has never looked so good. Um, it was long and it was straightened, okay, but it was so shiny, so like well cared for. You know, you looked at my hair, everybody commented my about my hair. And keep in mind that it was straightened. And the pandemic happened. And it's so funny because I was so proud of my hair. It looked so, so beautiful. Amazing. Seriously. No, if I could, I would show you pictures here, but I'm too lazy to edit these podcast episodes. But right, it was so beautiful, right? But then the pandemic happened, and I said, okay, this is my time to figure out, to understand if I like my natural hair or not, right? If I want to wear my natural hair or if I'm going to give up on it completely. I guess it's how they say, like, a ânsia de ter, o tédio de possuir, right? Because my hair was in its most beautiful stage ever, and I got bored. I decided that I wanted a challenge. You know, I finally had the hair of my dreams, I swear. Nicole, the younger Nicole would have loved that hair. But then I decided that no, I want a challenge. I want to grow my natural hair. And like during 1 year, kind of, I watched a lot of YouTube videos. I became obsessed with like how to take care of your curly hair, how to go through this transition. I learned so much. And the whole pandemic for me was me treating and taking care of my hair and growing my natural hair. And at the end of 2000, at the end of 2021, I had my first like big chop, is what they call. So it's when you cut off all the straight parts of your hair, right? And it was so shocking. Oh my God. Because my hair was so long before that. And when I had this haircut, it was above my shoulders. I was insane. During the pandemic, I lost my mind. So I don't know how I had the courage to do this because I was so afraid of short hair, but I had the courage to had this extreme haircut. And I started wearing a lot of hairstyles, like penteados. We call them hairstyles. And I started understanding how to treat it and letting it grow. But then I had to cut it again. I think I cut it like 3 times until I finally had a hair that I actually liked and that I actually could wear loose. No, not loose. Sorry. Eu acabei de cometer o pecado que eu proíbo meus alunos de cometerem. Eu usei uma expressão do português para falar no inglês. Para falar de cabelo solto, wear, igual eu falei, né? Wear your hair down. That's what I wanted to say. I think 1 or 2 years passed until I could finally wear my hair down. But it was super short. But it was cute, and everybody was commenting like, "Oh, you look so cute, blah blah." Today, when I look at those pictures, I hate it. Oh my God, it was so short. So short. You have no idea. But yeah, like today, I think it took maybe 3 years for my hair to settle. Like assentar. It took like 3 years for my hair to settle and for me to say that, okay, now I like my hair. I can have a haircut that I like. And today, this is how long it is, right? If you're watching the video, you can see it's not that long, but you have no idea how short it was before. And my hair shrinks a lot. Not a lot, but enough. Like shrink is encolher. So my hair is the longest it has ever been as a curly hair. I'm so proud of that, by the way. My plan is to grow it even longer. But it's so funny because today my curly hair is the number one thing people say about my appearance. It's like my trademark. It's something that like everywhere I go, people comment and people ask about my hair, how I take care of my hair. Today, it's something that is so strong about my appearance that I can't believe that I once hated my hair. And I really thought that it wouldn't suit me. Quando uma peça de roupa, algo assim, um acessório ou o cabelo, por exemplo, combina com você, você usa o verbo suit. So, when I was younger, I thought that my curly hair, my natural hair, wouldn't suit me. But that's crazy to think now because literally it's the strongest appearance traits that I have. And it matches my personality so much, the way I like to wear it, like a little bit messy and with volume, right? It suits my face so much. It's a big part of who I am today. And it's so interesting looking back and like remembering this whole journey. And a lot of people talk to me about going through this transition, and it's not easy. It's not easy at all, but I have a theory that we the more we embrace our natural features, the prettier we get. I'm a big defender of that theory, and I feel like my natural hair, your natural hair suits you. Your natural hair was literally made for you. And I know that not a lot of people uh have the patience for it. Yes, it is a lot of work, but honestly, when I used to straighten my hair, I it took me time, money, and effort to make it beautiful enough. And today, yes, this hair takes me time and money and effort, but I don't know, I have a freedom that I didn't have when I had it straightened. And for me, I totally understand people who straighten their hair. Like, yes, I know it's easier sometimes. It's true. Sometimes I miss having straightened hair, but I just feel like I only embraced myself and I only liked my appearance and who I was when I finally started wearing my natural hair. Like it was a personal process. It is a personal process. And it's not like this for everybody, but I don't know. I just feel like today I can't see myself without my beautiful hair. It doesn't look so good it doesn't look so good these past few days, but I mean, I think you can see, right? I love my hair. But I just wanted to say that tell the story, right? And to say that if you want to go through this process, have some patience, watch a lot of videos, learn a lot because it will help you. Like it will help make this process a little bit easier because it's not. I was lucky to do this during the pandemic because I didn't get out of my house, right? I didn't see people, so it was easier than it's supposed to be, but still, it's a journey, and I think it's part of this journey of finding yourself, and it's a beautiful thing to watch and to live too. So yeah, I just wanted to tell this story. I feel like I've never talked about this generally in public, and today everybody that knows me now gets so shocked and surprised to know that I used to have straightened hair. It's funny to think about that. But yeah, did you like this topic? It was so random. I'm always thinking about random topics. I just decided that I want to talk about this. But if you have any suggestions, please leave it in the comments and I'll see you on the next one. Bye.